Hello there, folks, and welcome to another wonderful day of streaming here. As a reminder for anyone watching the VOD on YouTube, link is below for the Twitch channel where I do these live streams. So feel free to hit that link, hit the follow button so you know when I go live. But today is back to Final Fantasy or Lightning Returns Final Fantasy XIII. We are on day 7. We've got technically 4 days left right now. We got 2 main quests to really get done to give us the full 13. But we may be hitting a point where I have to do a little bit of side stuff to maybe get a little bit stronger. We're going to go into the Wildlands, I think, to start. Well, here, let's get into the game. Because we did our talk. We did check a lot of things. Yes, I could spend some time here redoing some of these fights to try to get better get scores on them. I honestly don't know if there's really a benefit to it. But I'm thinking we go into the Wildlands here and start looking at what we can do. I don't know if we're strong enough to face I forget his name because I am horrible with names when it comes to anything. Oh hey, there's our Chocobo buddy. Namely, I wanted to talk to you and see. Haha! Yes, completing more quests, definitely good. Every little bit of extra health helps. And after doing that, we just come on. Haha. Another new quest to accept. Perfect. Alright. Yeah, just... Hey, you finished these. Mark them off. Alright.
You look strong.
The A for button to mount.
She was just the cutest.
Alright, speaking of actually quests. So yeah, I think we may have to finish this one. Does that actually have... Did that actually have his name? Caius, yeah.
I'll just wing it.
That's right, they absorb ice.
something?
We are good on
Thanks a lot.
that for now. But we can do this. Let's get all these fruit, these plants.
Welcome, traveler. Care to stay? Come again.
Probably doubt you guys have anything new. Yeah.
Come back again soon.
And we've got our full recovery list, so... Guess our main thing would be I mean, I could just ignore the fight, but let's do this one quick.
Follow the wind.
Oh. Actually, got all that food. Let's give him it.
Right.
After all, we want to try to get his level up that one higher.
All right. Easy there, boy.
And one last one.
Come on, behave.
Alright, not enough to level him up to the next tier, but still.
North of here lies a desolate land that's littered with the hulks of downed airships. Hardly anyone goes there. Apart, if you manage to trek across that land, you'll eventually reach one particular. There's a man who lives in that wreckage, a recluse who's turned his back on. Of course, he's not the only recluse to make his way out to the wildland. I hear he used to be a pilot.
Oh. Wait, that's right. Technically, the Caius thing is there. Let's maybe go up to the plains to see if there's something. Free fight.
You got him.
Even with the absorption, the elemental is still a solid attack. Okay.
Let's start a stampede.
Easier than I even thought it was.
Perhaps this is the result of the wave of destruction that occurred 500 years ago.
If you have some room in your field, I'd like to use a patch.
Really?
You will.
Hi! Hello there! You're Dr. Gazal's assistant, but who are you?
Tilda, I'm a doctor around here. We have a bit of a problem, I'm afraid. So I was just consulting with the assistant here.
He
Aw.
doesn't look happy. Is he injured?
Something is wrong, that's for sure. We just found him. He's ever so weak.
Huh, poor thing. But he'll be all right, with a vet and a doctor looking after him.
Right. This clever vet was just telling me about an effective medicine that should help.
I'm still just a trainee. Dr. Gazal is the clever one. I just run errands. But I'm going to help this little one get better.
He'll stay with me for the first little while. Not that I know much about dogs. I usually treat people, obviously. All I need to do is have him drink the assistant's medicine. I can handle that.
Good news for the
Okay.
dog. I'm sure he'll get better soon.
He would, except, well, we're out of ingredients.
Chocobo's standing in fire, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the problem, see?
So need 4 have 5, need 2 have 3. Oh, not just accept. We can just immediately come back and say, yeah, here you go.
I could collect the ingredients.
Yes, you could. I mean, it's not like you'd have to go to the ends of the world to find them. The assistant can give you a list of what we need. This girl, she's like,
Oh no, I'm not. I still hardly know anything at all. But I do know how to help the dog. He just needs the right medicine and he'll be fine.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
then. Tell me what you need. And I should give these to Tilda.
Yes, please. Oh, well, I've got to run. Dr. Gazal will be expecting me back at
Here you go. I already had the ingredients.
thank you so much. All right, little dog, it's time to drink your medicine. Gosh, will you look at that? This stuff works fast. Claudia will be so pleased.
Claudia? Who's that?
Who's that? Why, Dr. Gazal's assistant, of course. You met her earlier. Oh, wait. You know her as 13. Is that right? Ugh, that Dr. Gazal. I don't know why he can't be bothered to learn people's names.
Oh my
Claudia's a
God.
wonderful assistant.
So he's one of those kind of
Quite good,
people.
anyway, and
You're
she
number
deserves
12.
more respect. And when she's not sure about something, she always checks with the other assistant. Well, anyway, the dog is safe and sound. If you happen to run into Claudia again, let her know for me.
Sure.
Oh, and here, I've got some leftover medicine. You can have it.
Animal potion.
Hey, Light, why don't you try feeding some of that to the chocobo?
You won't find.
Alright, let's see. Yeah, that's a fast weapon.
Come again.
Sure, let's give him the animal potion.
What is it?
And that was enough to level him up.
Huh. Is that right? You're feeling just like your old self again, are ya? I'm glad to hear it.
He's made a complete recovery. Well done, Lightning. The angel
So
of
now
all
he should do the big spells.
It's all thanks to you.
Dr. Gazal had more to do with it than anyone. He's been learning about the Chocobo for more than a century. It's a good reminder of what people can do when they care enough and work together.
Yes.
Interested in some...
You're able to level up your abilities at Sorcery Shop if you have the required Malice Stones. Alright. Abilities that can be leveled or up are marked with... yeah. Sure, let's take the tutorial. Well, at Sorcery Shops you can synthesize abilities which have reached their limit with components called Malice Stones, causing them to increase in level. This will greatly improve their strength and effect. For this tutorial, you have been given an attack level 1 and a bronze Malice Stone. Select the ability which has reached its limit to synthesize in order to level it up. Level up the ability, greatly increases its effects when the ability increases in level. Their effects will likewise improve. Sometimes the amount of ATB an ability requires may also decrease, making such abilities even more useful tools in battle. When abilities have reached their limits, level them up with Malice Stones. So... I only have... need gold to level those ones up. Well, I have one equipped that we can level up, so why don't we? Uh, I had a feeling it was a free achievement attached to doing this. God, we got a lot of blizzard magic, didn't we? Okay, good. I can do it a little faster. Oh. Like, I don't see a reason not to be doing this. Outside of, yeah, sure, I could sell a lot of these. That strike's done. Magic's now done. Guards are always max level, as are those. Alright.
Well, see you soon.
You see that old husk of an airship over there?
Ugh.
There's a grumpy old guy who lives there. I'd keep your distance if I were you. He almost never comes out. Just stays holed up in there. What does he eat? That's what I want to know. He didn't used to get any visitors, but lately I've seen some young girl coming and going.
A traveler. Well, this is rare.
This place is off the beaten.
Let me tell you something. This used to be the center of civilization. It might be hard to believe, but up until a few centuries ago, this land was home to the world's largest...
Yeah.
Okay.
A long time ago, right?
Yeah, that's right. And then the chaos came, and soon after, I set up camp here with my colleagues to research the dark power that's... No one's been keeping track of how long we've been out here, but it's been a while. We've been preoccupied, though we've made little progress. There's not much to do or see here, I'm afraid. Nothing at all. Although you can grow some greens in these fields, despite how... There's not much to do or see here, I'm afraid.
Sure. Dang it.
When I measured over there, my machine was calibrated twice, so...
Come on, I want to get whatever. Ooh, no, damn it. I didn't catch the Chocobo music last time. Alright, can't do anything there.
Ready for this?
Yeah, the two of us together now absolutely destroyed that thing.
My victory was part of the act. Ready for this?
Mm-hmm.
This was your
Well,
finale.
accidentally beat them all without trying. Oh, a block that also charges your ATB gauge. Interesting.
Did you know there's a weird fellow who lives in the remain?
Wasn't that one of the...
Airship?
Originally. Now it looks as though it's someone's home.
Saz and Dodge! Exactly what I expected.
Saz?
Leave us alone.
What are you doing here? Oh. Dosh? Is he asleep?
Yeah, he's been like that for centuries. Silent as death. Ever since the chaos came and destroyed everything. His body's still alive, but his soul, it's not in there.
What's that?
It's a coffer of souls. If I can collect enough soul fragments, Dodge will wake up. At least that's what I was told. Yeah, could just be a lie, though.
Who gave it?
Lumina.
Lumina. Enough talk.
Yep.
I gotta look after my son.
The blue little chocobo! Gun. Chocobo Chick seems to want to tell you something. Follow it, and maybe you'll find a clue.
You've got to be able to find something about Dodge's condition. Saz is... I can't let him go through this.
It's difficult to say what exactly is wrong with Dodge. Physically, he seems fine, but
My goodness me! If it isn't the Savior. Fancy meeting you here.
Don't go acting all sweet and innocent, Lumina. I know it's no coincidence that you're here.
Oh, so you think that I'm lurking around here, hiding poor little Dodge's soul. Is that it?
Something like that.
Nope.
Mm-hmm.
Though you're right that it's no coincidence. I'm here because I've been keeping an eye on you. I'm just so worried about whether you'll be able to save Saz.
Save Saz? What about Dodge?
Whatever. You can save both, if you'd really like. But you must have noticed that dear Daddy's soul is getting crushed, right, Savior?
Find Daj's soul fragments. In order to save Saz, you will have to put Daj's soul back together again. It has been splintered into 5 fragments and a... Of course, another here's go and do these other 5 quests across the world. The first fragment, found next to Saz's house. The second fragment, Chocolina could have some information about it. The third fragment, one of the soul seed traders may have found it. The fourth fragment, a cactar in the dead dunes. A cactare in the dead dunes? What's that? Fifth fragment, offered up as a prize in Yasnan's slaughterhouse. When you have collected all 5 soul fragments, bring them to Saz and put his heart at ease. Dodge soul fragments. You have found the fragment of mischief and the fragment of kindness.
Not even dreams. It's as if he's in a coma. He's just not in there. I don't even... The poor Saz will do anything if it might bring Dodge back. Even searching for soul fragments.
I want to do something to help, but I don't know where to start. I should have pushed Saz to tell me more, but the state he was in, he might not have been able to.
Aha, there's... Okay. That is this. And it gives me sort of a thing. So we got the Sandstorm one, and we gotten obviously the Choco Chick one. We got those 3 left. I guess to finish that reward, we gotta go. Oh, I could have done just the 2 and then probably started healing. Oh well. Ooh.
Ready for this? It's just a fleeting dream. I won't go easy on you. Expected as much.
Firestorm, I guess, would be Fire Electric. Okay, not what I meant to do. There we go. Got our healing back. Okay. Right, this is the way I'm gonna want to... No, that goes to... that other city I don't necessarily want to go to yet. This is the way I want to go.
I'll just wing it.
Yeah, nice and simple now. I mean, I might be able to take Caius on. I just don't know if that's necessarily a good idea yet. Ugh. Might as well see this.
I hear you ran into old Sassy again. How is he?
Not great. Not great at all. He's so focused on this one thing. He can barely think about anything else.
Well, he has a right to be. Dash has been asleep for centuries. You can tell, can't you, that I'm terribly worried about them too. I wish I could help, but he would never ever ask me to. And sadly, he'd never let me.
I heard the reason Dash can't wake up is because his soul has left his body. Is that true?
It is. And not only
Wow,
that,
she knows a
it's
lot.
into 5 fragments and scattered all over the world. That's what Saz is working so hard to collect. The fragments.
So when all 5 pieces are located, will he wake up?
Yes, indeedy. Oh, you also need a coffer of souls, but I think Saz already has one. Lucky for you. The one and only way you can help him is to find all 5 fragments. What a wonderful present that would make.
Thanks for telling me all this.
Okay.
I don't think I could have dragged this out of Saz. Not the way he is now.
I'm just happy to be of help. Oh, I almost forgot to tell you. I've already found one of the fragments all by myself. It's the one called the Smile Fragment. I know it's something that Saz needs, but it's not really an item per se. So, I can't give it to you to give to him on my behalf.
How do you propose you get it to him then?
Oh, what do we have to do?
These spectacular canvas of prayers. Take a look and you'll find what you need. Come on now, time's a-wasting.
Wish has been added to the canvas of prayers. Make it come true. You might receive a soul fragment of Dodge. Oh, hey. Apparently we had another couple of quests get finished in the process of all this. Key to her heart. Beloved, if you want the soul fragment that's inside me, you need to find the key. A precious coin that has was a gift from my beloved. Well, I say it was precious, but wouldn't you know it, I dropped it somewhere. Silly me. I'm pretty sure that somewhere is at the end of the main road that connects the wildlands and the dead dunes. I've searched and searched, but haven't been able to find it. Okay. And yeah, Broken Gyroscope was one of the global quests. Sweet.
Once you collect everything, you'll be able to. Chocoboco.
Oh, hey, another new thing.
Do it for Tom.
Alright, so then... I guess... one of these locations and or one of the, having to go to the dunes and check the route there. Because that's... yeah, the rest of this is self-contained enough that this is the in and out via road.
Fight with me.
Those oozes are why I had so many blizzards.
I've got some good news from Tilda. That dog she found is doing...
He is? Well, that's great.
The medicine you prescribed was exactly what he needed.
You know my name. And you remembered it? Oh, this is so embarrassing. Anyway, I appreciate the praise, but I don't know anywhere near as much as 7 does, and practically the only thing Dr. Gazal says to me is, hey, 13.
I wonder
Yeah,
why
but you
he
still...
won't call you by your proper names.
Oh, he says it's because he can't be troubled to learn them. But really, I think it's because he doesn't want to get too close to us. He's cared for a lot of people and animals. over
Yeah,
the
I guess
years,
that would make
and most
sense.
of them have gone one way or another. He must be so tired of losing people he's grown fond of.
Yeah, it's hard to say goodbye to people you love. To keep everyone at a distance is one way to protect yourself.
That said,
It's not a good way, though.
I think it really is because he can't remember my name. I'm still so hopeless at everything, and I've still got so much to learn. A number is all I deserve.
Don't be so down on yourself.
Hey, 13! Get over here!
See what I mean?
Are you deaf? Come over here, Claudia. I need your...
Hey, so he does actually know her name.
Coming!
He may actually know all of their names. He just prefers in the moment. Cool.
He's recovered at last. For 100 years. Nay, for longer than that. I have dreamed of the day that his destiny is to guide you to the goddess's temple. A temple that emerges from the side of a mountain. It's
Yeah, we've already been
any man, but this
and
chocobo will catch
in
you.
there, but we know there's issues, though.
Will bear you across the crevices to that
I feel like I'm getting.
Well, let's go to the other town, because I think that is also where one of the seed hunters is.
stronger.
Why don't you just be on the hill?
A new item, high potion, fire and thunder. I think it's just that he upgraded from potion to high potion.
Ready for this? My victory was part of the act. Ready for this?
Got him. No, you don't. Ugh.
Yes? Can I? Are you new to the wild? I urge you to stay on the main trail, but looking at that most monsters, I'm sure, but take one step.
You're
No,
not-
sheep.
You're not the one I needed. There. Cash, whatever.
Whatever you're willing to. Here's your cut.
Trading for Dodge's soul fragments. Salty traders, have one of Dodge's soul fragments, which are required for research purposes. They will trade you their soul fragment if you collect both the following items: a Moogle fragment, which can be found in the Moogle village in the Wildlands, and soul seeds that can be found in the Chaos. Finish gathering all of the soul fragments. Okay. Probably shouldn't have sold those souls, but that's fine. So I gotta find the Moogle village in the Wildlands.
Yesterday was rough. I need rest, but I've got another day of Good morning. A fine day for collecting fertilizer.
But once we got the nice fast run on them. we found the beloved gift. Perfect.
Let's start a stampede.
Oh, I should have. Oh well.
Keep up if you can. Let's make a show of it.
Makes more sense to do actual fire attacks against them, not just whatever random attack I was doing on each. No. Let's get back on you now. Do you want to go to the other location just to see what's there? And do I have any clue for where the Moogle village would be? Other than, I guess, somewhere in here. Quite probably here.
Show 'em what you can do.
Oh, it is immune to poison, okay.
You're so eager to die.
I'm glad I have something that heals me now.
Life is a journey.
Didn't mean to do the poison as well. God, this is just a long fight. You gonna give me anything actual? Hmm.
Let's make a show of it.
No reason not to start attacking more. It definitely made that an easier fight now. And auto regen 15 seconds. Casts regen for the first 15 seconds of battle. Ooh. Counters with a physical attack when you guard again. See, I like having that on this one. Since that one doesn't have it, let's do that here. See if it makes a difference for that one. Alright, Key to the Green Gate. We're gonna check this one area, and then that's gonna be, time for us to take a break. Okay, does not look to be anything actually up here. Alright. Well, like I said, I think it is time now we take our first little break. So give me just a little bit. We're gonna run some ads, take care of drinks and a few things, and then we'll be back in just a few moments. So I'll see you guys then. Alrighty, I am back, ready to get back on into this, so let's go. Like,
That's very interesting looking fruit growing. I'd like to go and pick some for myself. I tell you. Our items made from fuzzy. I am unable to put.
oh, he needs.
I'm not sure.
I understand.
I don't know if I really feel like also going to get the moles up right now for that side quest. So we will go check some other towns and get some others. See if we have some other side quests that we can just kind of turn in. Why did I do that? I just have it. I see a combat and I'm just like, yes, go do the combat. Except the only way combat strengthens you in this game is if the enemies drop something you need. You don't get stronger by fighting things in this one. You get stronger by doing quests. Oh, excuse me. A little bit of that decided to go down the wrong pipe. Oh. Oh. 1 second. Cough drop will hopefully help. Because, well, water is what caused the problem. There you go.
Thank you so much! For my friend, here's what I promised you. A soul fragment, just like we talked.
I thought you said it wasn't an item. And that's why you couldn't give it to Saz yourself, right?
Kind of. It's something that's in my heart. Here, I'll take it out for you right now. Give me a second here.
Wait, what? Thousand Gil, fragment of smile.
Here it is! One freshly baked smile fragment just for you.
I'm just relieved it doesn't smell like anything. Thanks.
No, thank you. I hope I've helped pay him back for everything he's...
Pay him back for what? Now would be as good a time as any to tell me who you really are.
Yeah.
How do you know Saz?
Don't tell me Chocobo Golina is the tiny little chocobo that was...
Inside you.
That's still a secret for me to know and you to find out. Remember, once you have all 5 fragments, give them to Saz, okay? And of course, I'll be there.
Because it wasn't there.
I promise.
His Chocolina, the little tiny chocobo that was with Saz in the beginning?
I think that things are beginning to come into focus. So Saz is looking for fragments of Dodge's soul. And one of the 5 fragments he's supposed to find is Dodge's smile.
A smile.
Oh,
I'd like to see both of them do that again someday.
Yeah, I haven't seen Saz smile once since you met him here. Never mind smiling. He barely talked to you.
oh.
I don't blame him.
Sorry about the
Dodge
cough
way he
still.
is. The Saz that I remember could laugh in the face of any disaster. The worse the situation, the more he'd joke about it. He was a great friend when you were in trouble, but he's different now. We all have our limits, and he's reached his. He even lost his favorite chocobo chick. He doesn't have anyone left.
I said, Chocolina is 100% that chocobo chick. So let's go to Luxurian, because we sort of did the dead dudes already. Oh.
Is she attending a wedding? I'm a splendiferous and
Figured we might have some things to turn in here. Or accept. Ugh. Nice. Oh, yeah, we can discord the ether.
you did it! You made someone's prayers come true! In return, they wanted you to have it lighten up bright. The fragments you'll have to search.
Okay, let's see. Let us... Hmm.
My balls! It's too high for me to reach. How do I get it down? I was saved by someone named Noel.
I saw a woman with rose-colored hair around these. She seemed to.
A lot of strange rumors are going around. People are whispering about ghosts and ghouls, of being haunted by dead girls. You'll believe it.
I like to keep an open mind. If the stories are true, I'd like to help those people. They died because of me.
As much as I hate to say this, you're not omnipotent. As the savior, you don't have the power to save the dead.
Yeah, I know the extent of my own powers, Hope. But never say never.
Hmm.
Trust in our God. I heard an odd rumor about the Hunter of Light ridding the city of monsters.
Do you know anyone named
Mitka. I know someone with that name. I see her
Hmm.
around the commercial district all the time. From the looks of it, she does.
Everyone seems to be talking about a swordsman named Noel.
That's half a century.
A lovely lady deserves her just.
I don't know how I'd be able to get onto those roofs. Oh well.
Everyone seems to be talking about a
Why is she ought to be wearing that?
The residents of the Warren should be
12 men died.
Great, why not? Let's save just in case I want to revert and not actually lose the hour. But let's go ahead and give this fight a try. Why? Because, like I said, why the hell not? I am a hell of a lot stronger now than I was a while ago.
This will be a fun performance. Thanks for waiting.
Oh dear God. Jeez.
Keep up if you can.
That will help.
Time to mix it up.
Yeah. This thing still has way too much freaking health.
Be careful, Light. You were able to escape for now, but it lost you an hour of the world's time.
I hope peace will return to the city, so that I can serve my fate once more.
Doesn't matter which one of us you sell to, you'll get paid the same. It's no use playing.
Okay, yeah, so I don't think that one makes any difference to who you talk to.
Attending a
Oh.
I'm inspecting the clock tower.
That's where they hung the dummy. You didn't happen to see if they left anything else?
Thankfully,
Hmm.
nothing dangerous was uncovered. In any case,
But there's a problem?
there is. I don't know if you're aware of this, but the clocks in town are all... Well, if I want to go the extra, I really should check the other ones. Make sure they're all... Problem is, I have to stay right here and keep an eye on this one. If only there were someone else to...
But there isn't.
Mm-hmm.
So you're stuck. Why are you so worried about the clock?
It's hard to explain. I have this irrational fear that keeps creeping into my head. That should the clocks ever... Then that'll cause everything else to... Time, the world... I have to know that all the clocks are ticking. I hate to ask. It would certainly help put my mind...
13 locations, damn.
Sure.
Alright, well.
Every time I see the clock tower...
They're not sold out, are they?
Guess first and foremost, we should be getting close to where we could do the one fight there. And we have a Chocolina here to also check.
Everyone's... Here, this is for you. I hope you can make...
Alright.
Saz is doing... But he's flustered and...
And we want to go this way.
Don't you want to play with
Mm-hmm. Wait, what? You'll find an amazing selection of Yusan's fireworks at Funicula's Fireworks. It's located in Hawker's Row in the Guillotine's Quarter. Glutton's Corner.
Try a concentrated mic running a restaurant. Welcome. The guild just keep... Come again.
I'll keep eating till the sun comes up. I've been dying to eat a drink. Choco Chocobo!
Meow meow choco chow.
You managed to get the fireworks light. It was quite the achievement.
What? Is something amusing?
Miss Mighty saved...
Oh. Nope, that firework is different.
Besides... Even at the world...
Gordon Gourmet.
Okay, well, let's go check. Here to see if we've got a fight we can do in hopes of getting that soul fragment. Oh, Saz is here.
Hey, wait a minute. I can't believe it. You found 3 of the...
Try.
You know, I'm supposed to be his father, damn it. I've got to at least find one of these. Lumina gave me this coffer of souls. I've just...
If you value your health, don't buy anything from the This is not the hour for challengers, I'm afraid. Come back later when the...
Ah, there you are. It didn't. Nothing happened. Interesting. Very, very interesting. It appears that by mixing the poisons, rather than creating a new effect, they Well, it was kind of refreshing, but the effect was pretty subtle. It didn't lift curses or cure wounds. Refreshing? That would suggest a positive influence on your state of mind. I still believe my theory is sound. It's a simple matter of tweaking the ratios of the recipe. You want me to test? Of course I do. An alchemist does not give up the search for truth. No, science must plow forward through stormy seas no matter what. And you will... There. My new and improved concoction. I believe it will be a Nectar Mark II. Use it in your next... Oh dear, you are...
Well, let's sell one of the Phoenix Downs.
Do come Nectar...
There we go. Between 7 p.m. and 3 a.m.
Good evening. It's now 7 p.m. and the nightly activities are in full swing. The Recreation and Leisure Committee encourages visitors to visit all the attractions our city has to offer. Thrill, build, light,
Alchemists
and
investigate
magic.
the very
Our
essence
city
of souls
has
and
it
life.
all.
The original
We order
natural
you to
philosophers.
enjoy yourself.
Alchemy is an ancient
Okay.
discipline with many rules and laws. And it pains me to confess, I broke one of the most sacrosanct.
Look, if it's forgiveness you're after, why don't you talk to the...
I seek redemption, but no priest can provide it. Behold, the fruits of my crime. The sorcery machine.
That's your doing? That
Oh.
powered by chaos?
I had a feeling you'd understand. You could see it, please. Help me. Help us all.
In the Champion's Quarter, in front of the battle arena, Lightning encounters a man. The only person who can stop it now and accept the quest.
The killings are not gonna end until someone stops.
Thank you. You're my last hope. It's grown far stronger than I ever imagined it would. With each victory, it consumed...
Bloodsport fans, let me hear you! Our ultimate challenger is taking on the ultimate foe. The scourge of the slaughterhouse has defeated every other foe. Give it up for the indomitable Knight of Light! Lightning, it's your time!
See how nasty this thing is. 160,000 health, weak to fire and lightning, and immune to every status ailment.
Let's do this. Life is a journey.
Ah, this is gonna suck.
Going to change course. I follow the wind. Thanks for waiting. Gotta speed up.
What I meant to do, but it worked enough, I guess.
I've had worse.
Oh.
Show's over.
Da 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 da.
Oh, how can I ever thank you enough? The machine has been defeated, and at last his soul can rest in peace.
You talk about that machine as if it was a living thing.
No, of course not. But that one was special. It was not like any other machine in the world.
100% that is. Oh no.
Brother's soul was inside it.
Your brother.
It was my doing. Alchemy it was forbidden magic. I knew that, but I yearned to try it. I took the soul of my living brother and
That's madness. Why would you do
when people stopped dying of old age, I lost sense of the true value of life. When I carried out that experiment, it wasn't. Now that my brother's soul has been released at last, there's only one thing left for me.
You want to believe that, but you know
No.
that's not true. It's the coward's way. If you really care about redemption, then you have no choice but to keep on living. You have to regret what you did for the rest of your life.
And if I do that, if I live for eternity, suffering the guilt of my crime, will I find forgiveness in the end?
I wish I could but either way, you owe it to yourself and the men who died, whether or not it brings forgiveness.
Yeah. Killing yourself is just taking an easy way out. You need to. But that is not what we needed.
You need to keep your strength up. I don't want to see you get hurt.
We know how.
You again? Are you going to
No, hold on.
stage fright, is it?
No, I wanted to talk here
You'll
first.
find it
To up to get my replacement potions.
You again?
If it takes, sign up for the special match. Fragment of Courage.
The curtain is
That's not the thing I was struggling with in the other area, is it?
Cause it's slaughterhouse time! With
No, this is, what, the first boss?
However it happens, I have to win.
Immune to fire, weak to ice.
Let's dance. And the dance with swords. Let's dance. Mix it up.
Yeah.
Thanks for waiting.
Yeah, it just makes it resistant to fire and weak to everything else now.
Keep up if you can.
And just heal back up. Refresh both of those. I didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. That worked out.
Lightning takes the victory! You come to the slaughterhouse to see a show, and lightning delivers! We're witnessing history tonight! Come on, fans, let's hear you roar!
That was a fine performance indeed.
There's the Fragment of Courage. So yeah, all I have left for fragments is the one in the Wildlands. Of course.
What do you want now?
Aren't you worried about Saz? Don't you feel like you've just got to do anything to help him?
I'm concerned if that's what you mean.
There's my savior. Oh, poor old Saz. He hasn't had anything to smile about in forever. I really want to make him happy again. You know, I stop
Sure,
by his house
Lumina.
from time to time to check on him.
I don't believe you for a second. As if someone like you would be worried for him.
Ouch, that hurts, you know. I've been working my butt off for him. Do you know how hard it was for me to find that coffer of souls for Saz? What kind of gratitude?
Tell me the truth. Can that thing really help Daj? Saz has put all his hope in that box. It would be cruel if that were a lie.
Oh, so now you don't think I'm cruel?
Mm-hmm.
We know how.
There's our health back. And actually, you don't have an ether, do you? Nope. I actually didn't use an item there. Never mind.
I'm looking forward to hearing.
No, that got that one done.
forget how much I owe if I fill the skies of this world. Oh, you're here. I won't forget if I fill.
Yes, he doesn't have what we'd be looking for. Alright. For that one side quest.
The fragments were still have to search.
Well, we know where the last one is now.
Are you taking the train?
This gets us the train here, and then we gotta go down to the other train to get back to the Wildlands. Okay. Is that an achievement for taking so many, trips? Well, I guess while I'm running from here to the other one, I might as well keep an eye out for any clocks.
I'm looking for a woman who used to own a bookstore in these parts.
Well, my name is Mitka, and I ran a bookshop once back in the day, but that was over 200 years.
I'm not, but maybe you can help me. Listen, I know it's been a while, but I was...
Ah, yes, I remember him. Who are you?
Okay.
What do you want with him?
He's the one who found me, really. He asked me to track down an old...
He did? It's a strange request.
Eating muffins and reading his books.
Oh.
Huh.
So, why are you helping him? If you don't...
It's what I do.
Oh. Are you one of those people who does charity?
Effectively.
All I can tell you is that I've never handled his journal, but I do know a thing. But none of that is for me to do. If you want the truth, you need to...
I plan to.
Head to the part of the city they call the Warren. Once there...
Right. Hope there's only one of them, or that's gonna...
Oh, not to worry. You'll find him. But what you're doing is admirable, but it might not.
So, inadvertently pushed one quest forward.
The chocobo import. I'm not from around these parts. He's always been a slight.
No, I'm not.
He just does.
Aiming for the clock. Well, it's 4 clocks down.
Come and get it. I saw this coming.
We've caught those dangerous heretics.
The city can't get devoured by the chaos.
You'll have to live no matter what.
Hello? Would you like to buy some tears? I can make you a great...
Sure. Every evening at the plaza at the end of Idle Avenue, near Luxurian's South Station, a young street merchant called Luca appears to sell bottles of her own tears. Hers must be a curious story. She might be willing to share it with Lightning, but only if Lightning agrees to buy some of the girl's unusual offerings.
You're selling your tears? That's not something you see every day.
That's right. People say my tears are beautiful and majestic. They get some even call them the tears. Would you like to see? Never mind. I guess I can't sell them to you.
But you've already taken my money.
Don't dwell on the money. It's not about that. I can't sell my tears to just any...
I've never met a merchant who was bold enough to choose their
I know, but I'm special. I can't give you a refund, but instead you can ask me anything you want.
No thanks.
Then what if I tell you a story that'll make you want to ask me something? You see, I used to be an actress. This was a long... But then, one day, that thing happened. And I had to quit. I can't do much. But I can cry on cue. That's what prompted me to start this business. Come on. Aren't you even the teeniest bit curious?
Not really, but I'll listen if you want me to.
Reverse
Sure.
psychology, huh? I'm not falling for that. Besides, I already gave you your money's worth. And if you want more...
Of course. This is going to be one of those I can't do it all at once kind of thing, right?
I have an incredible price for first-time buyers.
This broadcast is brought to you by the Public Morals Office of the Order of Salvation. It is now 9 p.m.
Yep. So that's what I thought. Can't do that all at once. That's fine. To the Wildlands. Because honestly, this is where what's left for both of our main quests now.
Listen to me. Farmer or merchant, it makes no difference.
Let me think of the path. We go down. Okay. Yeah, because I think that might go under. So yeah, we want to go down because I want to check this area. Definitely not that fight.
I'm walking fate's path. Okay, let's do this. Have a dance with swords.
Dude, 23,000? Holy cow. That was a lot of damage. I think we found chaos here. Ugh. Cool, we got... Oop. There. We got some soul seeds now. Nope, not fighting you. Your fights take way too long. Stay south for one more.
Let's start a stampede. Time you met your maker. Expected as much. Now you know who's stronger.
Ugh.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm doing these fights because they're in the Chocobo Woods. Leave the Mugos alone.
Time to mix it up.
Ugh. 16,000 on that one. Damn. Getting the stagger and hitting that final Fyra does a lot of damage to that thing. Hello there, Blue-Eyed. Ooh. Let me... Make sure we're good. There we go. How you doing today? Entry to the village is restricted as below. Red Vine 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. Blue Vine 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Please be aware of these times when you leave and enter the village. Yeah, I'm doing good today as well. Wait, oh, that is not where I wanted to be. I am entirely not where I wanted to test things.
I'll just wing it.
Huh. Yeah, I honestly, as much hate as this game got, I don't think it's too bad once you understand how the combat system works. And the whole time thing of it. I think the game gets unfortunate hate just because it was a departure from standard Final Fantasy stuff in so many ways.
You're so eager to die. Ever dance with swords?
Ugh.
Fight with me.
I mean, there were a couple of games that have had sort of time mechanics like this. A little bit different, but sort of. So yeah, it is weird if you're not used to it, but it's not that strange. But yeah, it's definitely one of those games that I understand, at least on a small level, why people were just upset by it. It's, you know, you can see where they went from this to 15 in some aspects, because it does feel like it shares some elements to what ends up becoming Final Fantasy 15.
I'll just wing it.
But yeah, some of the things with like the doorways that are also time locked do feel a little different. And having like one character with the three classes like this is weird. Then again, they sort of had that before with the paradigm stuff, so it shouldn't be too odd for some people. And, like, I could see how it would have also possibly set some people off just because of, this aspect of it with the garb being a little bit of a representation of the class, because then it's like, okay, well, that's drawing connections between this game and Final Fantasy X2, which also had a lot of hate behind it, because that felt just like a cash grab to go, like, let's take our Final Fantasy, but make it Charlie's Angels. So that was another thing that I could see how people might have, saw this game and got a little put off by what was going on in it. I don't want to do the fights. Unless I absolutely have to. So, I think we're hitting a point where I may have to take another break here shortly.
Life is a journey.
Yeah, well, this one, at least in comparison to, the other Final Fantasy XIIIs, as far as I understood, this one had, New Game Plus. At least I thought it has New Game Plus. But yeah, completionist side of things is weird, and I can't wait to see, because I am blind. I'm going in blind with this. I haven't played this game before. So this will be my first chance to actually experience the story. Yeah, the Steam version's a little rough. Though trying to remember at this point which version I ended up actually doing. But here, I actually do have to take a break quick so I can run some ads to keep that pre-roll stuff from going on. But yeah, I will say Steam version, I forget whether or not I actually did manage to get through it on Steam without any real issues. The Steam versions for some of the Final Fantasy games have been very rough, and I'm glad that I own a lot of the games in a couple different formats. Like, I started 13, and it kept crashing on me on Steam, so I switched over to Xbox, and I just said, screw it, and I'm playing all three through there. But, yeah, I've got every Final Fantasy that's available on Steam, save for the 2 MMOs, on there, and I want to get them all working, because eventually I would like to go back to them in, like, some of the modded versions, as well. You know, try to find randomizers or, you know, ones that completely change the stories. Yeah, I'll be back in just a few moments. Give me just a little bit. We'll run some ads and everything. Usually it's about a 3-minute break, so see ya then. All right, I am back and ready to get into the last bit of this, so should it be able to finish the day here in this last hour. So let's go. Especially if I don't want... I hate when I'm in some of these areas because there's a part of me that's like, I don't want to leave the creatures alone. At least we've got our EP back. Alright, hey, there's a...
Blue vines move aside only during the day, Kupo. The red vines part only during the night, Kupo. The red vines in the village stand open from 7 at night.
Yeah, exactly. This is... I'm trying to do a mostly blind playthrough and just kind of experience the game as if I was just first time trying it, because that's what this is. Coming back maybe at another point with a guide to replay through some of these to like 100% them might be something I do, especially if I can actually get the Steam versions all working correctly so I don't have to worry about them crashing in the middle of like a 3 or 6 hour stream. And then yeah, like I eventually do want to like do a more in-depth one with like a guide to help on it. It's just, especially right now, there's so much to this game I've never experienced. And it's like certain other games. I very much enjoy a single playthrough first where I get to experience the game and its story without being really told or guided anywhere, versus then later replay throughs where I can then use a guide if necessary. There we go. Got him that time without him spawning others. Alright, made our way into the Moogle village. Yeah.
Are you busy?
Very busy, Kupo.
Yeah, I do know how, like, yeah, you have the chrono stop to pause things and work on stuff. I'm not too worried about that, though, for this playthrough. Yeah. Yeah, I know about, yeah, I knew about the time freeze and certain other things, but this is one of those, I figure whether I miss quests or not, I'm not so worried about it on this playthrough. Again, down the road, if, I come back to this, that's when I'll, like, get a guide that'll hopefully, like, get me through everything. Plus, as far as, like I said, as far as I understood, there was New Game Plus, because I don't know if you can experience, even with the time freeze, if you can experience everything in a single playthrough.
Peaceful lives were about to be shattered by a terrible menace.
Aw.
They know where you live. Fight with
Looks
me.
like it's fight time. Dang it. At least they stopped some of the summons there. I definitely had one fight that went on for quite a while because they were just summoning constantly.
You're so eager to die.
Sure, actually. I mean, like I said, this game has been interesting, and I definitely found, one thing out. It'll potentially figured out one thing already. Oh, I didn't want to dispel.
Keep up if you can.
Hey, for way too many of them again. Because I feel fairly certain that, I just got the hint in-game that Chocolina is, the Choco chick from, the main game. Oh. Where'd the Chocobo go? Come here, because... I guess then it would depend on what part it exactly deals with for whether or not I've, seen enough of it for how much of a spoiler it could be. Because I am, I'm at the point main quest-wise where all I've got left is, the Wildlands here, technically. Because this should give me the last soul fragment for, Daja's soul. And then I'll have that done, and I've got, Caius. You know, I hadn't been looking through a lot of that, a lot of the info stuff in this, so it would make sense that, yeah, it might have been in there. But, like, the conversation with her makes it sound like that's supposed to be a secret until this point. Ooh. Yeah, if it's not, like, a spoiler for anything, that's fine.
It really is you, isn't it?
Oh!
Hey, come back.
No, Mog. You're the one we got to help Sarah.
Mog, it is you, isn't it?
Who's Mog, Kupo?
What are you playing?
Oh yeah, definitely with the scepter and everything. That is 100%.
No, Kupo, I swear.
Then turn around.
Mog does not deserve to look like me in the eye, Kupo.
Oh.
Aww.
Ma couldn't protect Sarah, Kupo. And so...
Mog,
Mog feels bad.
I'm glad you're all right. I was worried about you. I know what you're feeling. You've shed a lot of tears for Sarah, haven't you?
Kupo...
But blaming yourself for what happened is just gonna make her sad. You know that.
Sarah's gone, Kupo. Gone forever.
Her soul is still out there. And I promise you, I'm going to bring her back.
That's surprising that there's so many of the one kind, yeah.
So listen, I need a very
And that's the other side of the New Game Plus, isn't it? Because, like, the amount of each of those monsters doesn't reset with each New Game Plus, so, like, over the course of several playthroughs, it takes, like, kind of the course of several playthroughs to get a lot of the monsters down to their last one thing for that one side quest, doesn't it? At least that's what I understood. Oh, Mog. It's like, no hug. That's her way of...
That's more like the old Mog. Don't give up. Things are going to get better.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, he kind of gives you the hint if you weren't sure that there was a New Game Plus.
So tell me, what have you been doing with yourself these last 500 years? Have you been in the village this whole time?
Oh no, Kupo. I was swept up in the chaos, Kupo. I was carried heavily until I found myself in the void beyond. I wandered there, and one by
Shoot. Something like that, yeah.
our world was a terrible mess, and we didn't know where to go, Kupo.
Right. When the chaos flooded in, you Moogles lost your homes, just like so much of humankind.
That's right, Kupo. We were so blue, we didn't know what to do. We roamed around for a spell, over the desert and dale, until one day we found this forest. That's when I said to my friends, let's build a new home here. And that's what we did. All the Moogles together, Kupo.
Building a new home to replace the one that was lost. That reminds me of something from a long time ago.
Kupo, of course, Kupo. Sarah told me all about what they did, Kupo. Sarah and Snow and their friends, they lost their home once too, Kupo. It was before we met, but they found a new place. And
The
together
poor
they built a home
Moogles.
even better than the old one. They were my inspiration, Kupo, and I told all my Moogle brothers. Then, before I knew it, I became the chief of the whole Moogle village, Kupo.
I'm not surprised. You've had a lot of adventures and fought bravely in many battles. Of course they'd turn to you.
Yeah, I had a feeling you could get a good amount done in a first playthrough. But because of New Game Plus, it allows you to not worry about missing something. Because, again, New Game Plus, you can go through and do a lot of the other stuff. Hey, new... oh, no, just accessories. Hey, vegetable seed's actually useful.
Vegetables that grow in this field are unlike those you'll find anywhere else.
Well, might as well. I still need the other part of this. That's not so, like, well, yeah, with YouTube and stuff like that, that's not surprising. It's just like you'll find people doing well, speed runs and stuff like that as well. Speed runs are, like, some of that stuff doesn't fully interest me. I enjoy enjoying a game, and for some reason, for me, the idea of, like, running through a game as fast as possible takes away some of the enjoyment of trying to play through the game. And while I should be reading these, a lot of this is me just, I tend to highlight it and everything. Yeah, see, they only give the hint here as well, there, that there are very few who know her true form, but Lightning's old ally Saz seems to be one of them. Yeah, like, speedruns are interesting, even for, like, Final Fantasy games, but they're such, like... They're mostly precision things, too, which takes away a lot of the fun for me. Like, most Final Fantasy games, the speedrun is just, like, solving the route and combat and, or solving the best step route to take along with the best, abilities and whatever to use for certain battles to be able to do them at low, levels.
Moogle get lost in the first place? You could just take to the air, and you can find the...
You're exactly right. That's a great idea, Kupo. Why didn't any of us think of that? We all close to the ground, Kupo. To soar in the sky, I scare some...
Really?
Oh, yeah, they're all...
You can fly that high.
Of course, Kupo. It's just scary to go too high.
Never mind. Anyway, I'll look for your friends.
You will? Oh, thank you, Kupo. You should search at night, Kupo. In the day, they will be hidden away, Kupo.
Yeah.
Right, got it. Find them before sunrise.
Oh, yeah, no, like, it makes sense. Like, a lot of speedrunners, what you'll see is that the first thing anyone does when they're getting into speedrunning for a game is look at the current solved pattern and learn that, and then from there, it's like, okay, what can I maybe bring to the game that increases some of it, but... let me... Oh, yeah, this is that. Don't think... Okay, I have the Moogle fragment. So, that means we've got that done now. So... Nope.
The blue vines, the red vines, the red vines now, me.
Yeah, I know. Let me see. Yeah, mostly they watch some of Best's. Yeah. Ooh. Kind of just keep running here because I don't want to lose too much time to fight. And we're at a weird spot, I think, for the main quests where I should still have plenty of time to do them, assuming I'm strong enough for the Caius fight, because that's really the only fight I'm worried about, but fighting monsters does nothing for me.
Leave it to me. I'll get you home.
Oh! What the? I guess that's a way to,
Nice one, Lightning. You threw that Moogle much further than Sarah ever did.
Yeah, well, it's more that I'm trying to kind of do this stream so that, each one of my, days of streaming is a full day in game. The only day that so far had to get split was day 6, because in a lot of what I was doing with where I was right at the beginning of it, and then going through the desert with all the fights, it took me 3 hours to get through half a day on the first day, and I was just like, I have stuff to do, I can't keep going like this for this stream, so we'll split it and do the second half of the day another day. But now I'm very much in a spot where it's not as big a deal. Yeah. Oh, and this was sort of a self-imposed, like, it fits perfectly to just be like, especially because the first couple of days of streaming, it just ran so perfectly. So it's like, yeah, that's perfect. If I can leave it to just, I play through and I end my stream at the same point as when Lightning gets kicked back to the Ark, that works out perfectly. And at this point, we're basically getting to the point where there's only so much to do. I mean, I've got about half an hour, 35 minutes left to when I would normally try to end the stream, so... Hand over the Moogle fragment. Okay, good. That's what I wanted to make sure that we got that part done. So now we have all the fragments. And here's Lumina.
Oh, excuse me. I had no idea. You are so subtle. Just one hint, though. Go see that Choco Boko chick. She asked you to save Saz, didn't she? It's no wonder.
So now it's the...
So, how do they know each other?
Oh, and here I just
gonna actually start to tell you.
I guess you'll understand when you get all the soul fragments. Didn't she tell you that she'd run straight to Saz's place when that happens?
Mm-hmm.
You got all 5. Not bad.
Get the money, too.
You should head to Saz's place at once.
I'd like to think this'll help Dodge. But this is Lumina we're talking about.
It may be best not to get your hopes up.
But for Saz, this is his last and only hope. He can't even smile anymore. He's got nothing left in him. If I take this away too, he may not survive. I don't know if I can.
Understandable. Oh, hey. Grab this chest. Yeah, this game it's very interesting, and I have been enjoying it a lot more than I expected to. Like, I definitely walked in expecting, from all of the, like, hate that I heard, that this was not gonna be a good game. So I have been pleasantly surprised with my experience on this game. Like I said, in about half an hour today. I usually try to stream... Right now, I usually try to stream for about 3 hours. In the upcoming weeks, I'm probably gonna start trying to push those, for longer and longer streams. But right now it is, it's fairly limited just because I'm still sort of getting used to some stuff. Honestly, I understand where the hate originally came from. So it starts with, like, with 13, the first game. You had, a very linear game. Like, I understand that technically 10 was also very linear, but when you compare this and 10, 10 at least felt like an understandable open world, that the linearness was there because of the story you were telling, and there was still exploration and grinding and a semi-open map with the way 10 was, where 13 was not an open map in any shape of the form. And even after, and as you got closer to the end of it, there wasn't even outside of the, what was it, the outside of when you get to Pulse and yeah, it was when you get to Pulse, which is open world, and when you get to the final end game with the gates that seemed like they would have given you the opportunity to go to some extra places or go back to some places, you were stuck. There was no revisiting, there was no anything. It was just a straightforward game. Whereas X, at least, you know, you got to the end, it's like, cool, here's a ship, go back and forth as much as you want to across the world and explore and do whatever stuff you missed. So there was that aspect of 13, along with the shift in combat as well. Because you went from the combat for this game, or for this series in general, was a much more active combat system. And beforehand, everything had been very turn-based. And while the first game in 13 was somewhat turn-based, it's sort of slowly gotten more, and especially this would, gotten further and further away from that turn-based style. Which again, you're talking old Final Fantasy JRPG fans. JRPGs are still mostly just turn-based games like Persona and what have you. So it took a leap and a change in a lot of ways that just threw a lot of people off. And like plus the fact that outside of 10 and 10-2, 13 is technically the only other game that's got like an actual series. Every other Final Fantasy has always basically been a one and done.
So, how long does it take?
I'd wager about half a day.
So that was another thing that I think threw a lot of people off, and just like coming into the game knowing there was going to be sequels in a series that typically does not have sequels, definitely would throw people off.
That Chocobo is the rumored angel of Valhalla, isn't he? The Chocobo of legends.
He's a lot more than regal.
Oh, no offense. I know he's a creature of destiny, fated to lead his ordained master.
So you know something about this legend?
Of course. My team and I have been in this mysterious... We call this the Infinite Point, the origin of the chaos that erupted and spread throughout the land over 500 years ago. It appears the source of the chaos is rumored to be hidden somewhere inside the temple of the goddess.
But yeah, 13 is one of those series. It's, well, I'll say this: Final Fantasy has always had its ups and downs, and there's definitely been a few games that have taken time for people to be able to truly appreciate. Like, we finally got the pixel remasters for 1 through 6, which have given people a new chance to explore those older games, which have always been such a huge part of the origin of Final Fantasy. And Final Fantasy VIII also had was such a divisive game for everybody when it first came out, but now there's a large portion of people that love that game. Same thing with 12. 12 had a very divisive setup when it first came out, but everybody now or there's a much larger group of people that enjoy that game now as well and have taken more effort and love into it. A lot of things required people to take the time, play the game, and discover some stuff about it before it really opened up. And 13 just happened to be one of those as well. Heck, I think I heard when 16 came out, and being almost a Souls-like Final Fantasy game, a lot of people really loved the game, and a lot of people really hated it.
It varies by location and situation, but I'd estimate that 4 would
Hey, I don't mind.
do the trick out here.
I do my best to, read while playing, but something like that might take a moment before I can actually read it. Looks like we got one of the things. Ooh, that's a chaos point. Oh shoot, no, not the ecto flitting. I want this thing first. Oh, that's not good. We need some healing. Holy cow, that was a lot of damage. Actually, this gives you a good moment to pause there. So, okay, as a fan, might hit different when you play 11. Yeah, I can understand that view. Like I said, it is that difference. And yes, sometimes the voice acting does make a difference as well. But yeah, it's always been. It's like, the whole debate of, just this is what always been one of the biggest debates in Final Fantasy of which is the better game, Final Fantasy 6 or Final Fantasy 7. And in most times, the reason that debate exists is the difference between, did that person start Final Fantasy with Final Fantasy 6, or did they start Final Fantasy with Final Fantasy 7? It's gonna be a little rough. But yeah, people, I mean, to be fair, people hate games for the weirdest reasons sometimes, so. Oh, I should have. Oh well. We got it, though. That's good. I mean, there are a lot of games out there that people hate that honestly are not bad games. They just hate it because of how they got introduced to it or something. There's a couple of examples I can give for that. Because you have Cyberpunk 2077 that was a rough game when it came out, but it also depends on what you played it on. And then, like, there's a game I picked up, so when Mighty Number 9 came out, the Mega Man-esque game, that a lot of people hated on. It's not a bad game, but a lot of people hated on it because of Kickstarter, and, you know, they put money into it, they backed it, and they got shown all of this stuff and got all hyped up for what the game was potentially going to be. And then the game released, not having the graphical look or some of the things that they were promised from the Kickstarter. And they had all this hype built up for it. And they couldn't look past what they were promised in the hype to what the game actually was. It was still a good game. It just wasn't what they were promised, so they hated the game. Here's that moment. There's Chocobocolina, or Chocolina.
Hey, Saz, get out that coffer you have.
Yeah.
Got all 5 of the soul fragments for Daj.
You serious? I searched the whole damn
It's rough, it's weird, but Mighty Number 9 is a solid game. It's a great game. The only reason, like I said, they're upset is
That chocobo, it wasn't here before.
it had gotten
She'd up and left us in a lurch. Dodge's little Chocolina. Didn't even notice when she snuck back in.
Chocolina?
a little they had to cut back on some of the things in order to release the game on time, basically, so it wasn't what was promised. I got really lucky. I bought it on PlayStation when it came out, and the code that I got for it for, like, the extra little character and everything turned out to be a download code for the whole game, so I have the whole game digitally and was able to trade my physical copy in, even though I bought the game physically. It was really unexpected. I hope this isn't gonna run into a fight that I really should have bought some stuff for beforehand.
Why doesn't this thing work? I got Dodge's soul back, didn't I?
His soul is reborn, but his heart's shut away tight. Little Dodge is frightened and doesn't want to come out.
But yeah, there's a lot of games like that. It's a similar thing.
What am I supposed to do about that? It's the only one I've got.
A lot of games, I think,
Dodge, can you hear me in there? You're messing with your old man, right?
Yeah, I did get lucky with that one. But there's a lot of games out there that I think get a lot of undue hate and don't deserve it. They're just, people hate the game when it's really just a game not for them. And they should just leave it at that. It's like, hey, this game isn't exactly my thing, but if you like this kind of game, give it a try. Most games, I think, deserve at least a try from people who enjoy that kind of game, because you never know the hidden gem you'll find. Like, I'm not a fan of Resident Evil games, but it's not like I'm not going to tell somebody not to play something that's similar to it just because I'm like, well, it's like this kind of game, but I've heard it's a lot worse, so you're not going to like it. It's like, no, even if it's worse or whatever, it's still something that if you enjoy that kind of game, it's worth giving it a try yourself to see whether or not you enjoy it.
Pilots, are you ready? This space race is gonna decide who's the fastest air jockey in all the posts. And blast off! Whoa,
My God.
neck and neck. Who's gonna crack first? I'm Saz Castroy, bringing you the race of the century, together with Supersonic Dodge. Hey, Dodge, you awake? Come on, Supersonic. Gonna miss the race. Open your eyes. Your dad's here. Whoops. Oh, hey, are you okay? Huh? You're all right. Sorry.
Yeah.
Guess I got too caught up
That
in space.
tends to be the case, and that's where influencers have the roughest have become sort of the worst part of some of this. In that, yeah, all it takes is I like this person and at least have some gaming interests that are similar to them.
That's not fair.
So if they say the game is bad, that means the game is bad, because if they don't like it, I'm not gonna like it either.
You can't play Space Race all on your own. That's our game.
And so Hogwarts Legacy, I will say, probably comes as the weirdest game, as the perfect and oddest game to mention in that whole setup, because you have members of the LGBTQ community that want to cancel that game because of things J.K. Rowling has said. Nothing to do about the game itself, just J.K. Rowling, and we'll leave everybody's opinions to her and what she said to who they are. I'm not going to get into anything like that. And then, yeah, because the game has these elements of, as that some people see. Well, you also have another side to it too, because the game has what the other side like to call woke elements that are part of the LGBTQ community, with, I forget if it's trans or whatever, but there are like elements of that in the game. So you have people that are against woke and LGBTQ things in games who also want to cancel the game. And it's just like, they somehow managed to piss off both sides in different ways. And it's ridiculous. And not surprising, but it is ridiculous.
You are never gonna let me live this one down, are you?
And I think we need to get back to a point where, you know, gaming is not about, like, there's a level of the content and everything, obviously, in a game. Oh, that is not the button I meant to press. But people need to go back to looking at games as just the enjoyment of playing the game and the entertainment and getting the entertainment and what have you out of playing it. Not necessarily for what its content is, but just play it for what it is. Play for
I hope there's still data inside.
What's the right word? Like, you're playing for the gameplay and the story, and yes, there may be elements of the story that you don't necessarily agree with, but they're there to enhance or give something to an element of the story. And I guess as long as the game doesn't it's like anything else. Everything's got a political element to it, but there's a point of, is it political for political sake, or is it political, or, is it political to prove a point, or is it just political because of what is going on and the fact that everything is necessary to what's going on to help flush out and round out the story more. And as long as, honestly, it's not, you know, there to force somebody's point too far, I don't think anyone should ever have a problem with that stuff. It's just like anything political. Politics shouldn't be a reason to not enjoy something, not spend time with someone, whatever, unless it gets to a point where the policies and the stuff that they're doing is really rough and actually like threatening other people. Yeah. Like, so it's the weird side of it, of like, there's a point of going too far into something where, okay, at that point there is a level of, we need to look closer at what's going on in this game and what's going on. In a lot of cases, politics in a game are there to point out something so that it hopes that more people will take the connection of, hey, there's this thing in this game. Oh, hey, I have something very similar to that in this, and maybe relook at it for themselves. That's the same in any media. But there's a lot of people who take that stuff too far. Everyone's gonna have their own beliefs, and
Still got a long way to go.
like I said, as long as their belief, as long as they don't take their beliefs too far as to actually endanger other people's lives, then we shouldn't be overly stressed. You know, then we should just take it as is and leave it, kind of thing.
It wasn't all thanks to me. I couldn't have done it without this guy over here, the Angel of Valhalla.
Right. So the only main quest we have left, I planted all those plants and he doesn't need any food anymore. Or do I not have?
You can eat them yourself, or feed them to your favorite chocobo. Well, let me tell you, it's a fickle plant. I haven't seen many people grow them as successfully as you have.
From Sarala at Canopus Farms.
Oh, Sarala, you say? I couldn't be more proud of my granddaughter.
Ah, of course, that makes more sense.
She got quite the green thumb, thanks to good genes.
Huh. She never mentioned she had a grandfather.
Oh, did I say my granddaughter? Slip of the tongue. What I mean is, Sarala's she's the granddaughter of someone I know. Anyway, how is her father doing? That coal can be quite difficult.
Yeah, that's exactly it. It's an unfortunate level where some people take something and find something and uses it as an excuse to
I wonder, between my Tantal greens and her Gazal greens, which is more delicious? Now that's a question. If only I could taste both at the same
gaming, well, everything media unfortunately has a political side, and good luck trying to get some people to understand that sometimes. But yeah, it is exactly that. There shouldn't be, as long as you're not using something and doing something as an excuse to demonize or anything, or like you said, exclude, denounce, dehuman, demonize, whatever someone, then leave it be. Unfortunately, it's one of those, we're at a time of year where this topic is a bigger part of everything going on right now. At least in America. I hate, there's a small part of me that is looking at the next 4 years with a bated breath in hopes that things don't end up too terribly bad. But that's true of after any election, in all honesty. There's never a guarantee what's going to happen in any form after an election here. Yeah, that just became a conversation that unfortunately just hits home right now because, like I said, in America, we just had a lot. I'd probably be worried about what that ended up coming out in as, in all honesty. I personally, I am somewhat surprised he won, but I don't. Debates this last couple of presidencies have been to where it's impossible to say one way or another for me. Like, there's never enough talk about what they plan to do on a big enough scale for me to ever have looked at either candidate to be like, that's the person I want in office. I actually think, truly believe what they're saying. I've always been in this, like, in-between with any of the candidates that have been there recently. So as much as I do believe in voting, I haven't voted in the last several elections here. Which is rough to say, but in a way, our election system really, the vote really doesn't matter as much as some would like to think it does. Yeah, this election, I mean, the last several elections have not been vote for your candidate, it's vote for the lesser of two, who you think is the lesser of two evils. As much as neither side wants to believe that's the case. At least that's how it starts out seeming, at least. Like I said, if the debates had actually been debates talking about policy where could have learned a lot more on it, that might have made a difference to me, but it all divulged into something worse. But yeah, I really should get off of this topic because it is getting that.
You have half an hour until you'll be transported back to the Ark.
Yeah. The next, depending on what happens with that, it is gonna be rough. I hope things end up okay. But yeah, there is a distinct possibility of it being a very bad situation for the next generation. Dependent on where that actually goes to. But again, that is...
It's nearly 6. Don't be alarmed when the teleportation process starts. It can be quite sudden.
It's a rough situation in general. And we're actually, yeah, just minutes away from it zapping us away. I think we're good, though. Let me actually use this moment. We've got a few more. We've got 9 spots now. I still like having a couple of Phoenix Downs. You know, a shell potion may not be bad to have.
Safe travels. Next job.
Oh. Here we go. The end of day 7. But yeah, I do love having conversations like this and what have you, like, especially whether it's about the game I'm playing or about other games. This is what I want, is more people to talk to about that kind of stuff while I'm playing. But yeah, just this is a weird time period. And I do agree with a lot of people. Sometimes when it's your, you know, what feels like your 20th time living through a historical event, it just gets to a point where enough is enough and you just want it all to quiet down and be done.
Nice work, Light.
Alright, what is in our gift box today? Army of 1. That actually is kind of huge. Yeah, it is. Well, it's that time of year. I don't know I don't know exactly when every country has their voting, but at least here in America, which a lot of countries keep their eye on, it's on everybody's eyes right now because we just had our elections, and so politics is everywhere right now. Okay, so it's only 1 EP and it does that. So that means that some of this stuff actually makes a difference now. This was just a general boast. Or was it a weapon? Yeah, so it was weapon. Yeah, these ones. But that's so weird because, like, I have so many better weapons now that by the time that's very rough timing for that to have come in. Sure. I gotta talk to Hope anyway and see what he's got to say.
Though he wasn't anything like Saz at all. He was a hard, strict man, or so I always thought.
Oh, hey, we get Saz and Dodge and Mog.
Truly see them. I know that souls must exist in some form. How else can we explain what happened back on the wrecked ship between Saz and his son? God is not omniscient. He cannot see into the hearts of people. To him, emotions are a mystery. Only humans can truly know their secrets.
I still feel like this Hope is not actually Hope.
When humans misread each other too, like me and my father. For the longest time, we didn't understand each other. That wasn't very nice, now was it? What you did to poor Mog? It looked like it hurt.
I couldn't help it. I just reacted out of instinct. I don't go in for people hugging me or Moogles, even if I'm glad to see them.
I think you actually enjoyed the hug. You just lashed out to cover your embarrassment. Am I right?
Hope, you better drop it. You're treading on dangerous ground now.
Okay, that was good. Alright, you know, while you're doing that, while you're typing your thing, let me just make sure there's nothing new, and nope, does not seem to be. Yeah, I remember they did the there was that little time period where they were doing graphic stuff or doing clothing design in video games, and that, yeah, Lightning was a digital model used for Louis Vuitton. I had heard about that. Heck, I would be surprised if that's where some of the outfits for this game came from. That's a whole extra little thing. That's honestly, I think in some ways needs to be done more for some stuff. Like, have clothing designers help design some character stuff could be interesting. Mind you, taken to a level of grain of salt, because I've seen images from enough, just scrolling the internet, you see images from fashion shows and just go, what the hell is that piece of, how does someone even wear that kind of thing? So at least in a video game, you don't have to worry about how somebody wears something, because you just put it on. But yeah, I remember hearing about that. That being said, yeah, that is the end for today's stream. I don't stream on Sundays. Sunday is my one day to kind of take for getting any errands done, clean up, maybe get a little cleanup done, what have you. So Sunday is my day to break from this. But I will be back Monday with more Dark Souls Remastered. I kind of cycle between, I do 3 games a week. So Monday and Tuesday is currently Dark Souls. Wednesday, Thursday is currently Legend of Mana, and Friday and Saturday I've been going through the Final Fantasy series, so it's currently Lightning Returns. When we finish this game, the next one we will be playing is Final Fantasy XV, and that'll actually complete my sort of playthrough of everything, of all the Final Fantasy games, the main ones, on stream. And like I said, right now we still only go for about 3 hours, though over the next month I may start to try shifting things to maybe start a little bit sooner, try to start more regularly at about noon as opposed to 1, and eventually also start to shift the end of the stream to closer to 6, just to try to have a little bit more time streaming on each of the days when I am going. Yeah, I've got I should have access to the Royal Edition on Xbox. The first day we'll end up trying the Steam version first, because I do have, I think, the whole thing on Steam as well. So that will be the first place we'll go. But again, if my PC and Steam decide that the game doesn't want to let the game, then we'll switch it over. Yeah. We'll see what happens, but Zet, hope you did enjoy today's stream, and I will see you guys next time. Later.